I'd like to invite you to join me in welcoming Angel Santiago back here to the microphone to share his wisdom and his kind of belief that, healing ourselves is the real true healing, that relationship we have within. Angel's a life and spiritual coach and a big part of our circle family. So join me in welcoming Angel Santiago.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Let me get ready real quick. Alright. So, there was a woman that woke up from a dream that her husband had brought her a gift for their anniversary. She said, honey, I woke up from this dream and I dreamt that you got me a pearl necklace for our anniversary. What do you think it means? He says, wait till tonight and you'll find out. They went on about a date. He went to work, make sure he has a reservation for dinner. They went to dinner. Time to bring out that gift. He brings out the gift. She's so excited because she's thinking it's the pearl necklace that she dreamt about. She opens the gift and it was a book titled, The Meaning of Dreams. She's gonna find out. But that's not the gift that I'm here to talk to you about. I'm talking about GIFT, which is a great influence for transformation. And anybody can bring you that gift. And inside this gift could be your greatest pain, your greatest fear. Anybody, by anybody, I mean it could be your friends, it could be a family member, it could be your partner in life, it could be your children, it could be a coworker, your boss, it could be anybody that is close to you. Those people that are closest to you can bring you this gift. It's those people that push your buttons, and people that you react to the most. There's a teacher in Spain who I really love to follow up. Elizabeth introduced me to. His name is Enrique Corbera. So if anybody speaks Spanish and you can understand that name, Enrique Corbera. He's the founder of a type of healing called bio-neuroemotion. He's also the founder of the Enrique Corbera Institute. He's got a quote that I follow a lot. I do my best to follow a lot. It's not always easy. And remember your name again? Mary said reading was hard for her, so she didn't want to do it. And this process is hard. So sometimes we don't want to do it. This process of healing and learning about ourselves is hard. And sometimes we don't want to do it. But he says, the other person doesn't exist. The only way I can experience who I am is through the other person. Therefore, I'm never with another. I'm always with myself. And oftentimes when I say that quote to clients and people, I ask them, do you remember the VH1 series where like you go to the famous people's houses and they follow them around all day?
Cribs.
Huh? Cribs. Yes, there you go. You know. It was MTV Cribs, right? MTV Cribs. I don't think any of us has a TV crew following us around, right? Does anybody have that? You do. I want to meet you. I want to be your friend. So I can be on TV. We don't have that. So how do we know that there's something within us that needs work, that needs growth, that needs healing? I often say, would it be beneficial to you to have a piece of technology that would shock you? Just a little shock, just a little shock. Every time you needed to look at something within you that needed work. Would that be helpful? Right? A little shock. Well, you probably live with her or him. Like every time. Oh. Okay? Right there. That's it. But, we're not taught how to look at that. All we're taught to do is you, it's you, your problem, you're pissing me off, you're upsetting me, you're bothering me, you. And the first thing we want to do is we want to push that away or run away. What I'm talking about here is is to look in the mirror. Me. In the mirror. That which you see in another is also within you. That's why I'm always telling people that they're beautiful and making them feel so good. No, but in all seriousness, this concept is very misunderstood. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we tend to take everything so literal. How am I hurt? There's no way I'm hurt. I don't act like that. I don't do that. Well, I don't do what he does. If you take it literal, it's yeah, of course not. You're two individual people. Of course you're different. Okay? Well, what I'm asking, what I'm inviting you to do, whoever that person that I'm talking to at that moment, is to look at the quality that the person is showing. So I'll give you two examples. Real life. I was coaching this couple, and the husband was really upset about some things that the wife was doing. I said, okay, tell me one thing that really upsets you about her. Well, I really can't stand when she goes to the mall and spends all this money shopping. I don't do that. So how does that mean? Right? If we take it literal, that's what she's doing. I don't do that. Okay, let's put this story aside for a second. What is the quality that she's showing you when she does that? I guess she's being selfish. That's the way I would describe her. Okay, so how, when, and with who are you selfish? Oh, I see what you're saying. I'll give you another one. When I was getting ready for this talk, a friend of mine messaged me on Facebook and says, hey, I'm struggling with something here. I'm at my dream job, literally my dream job. I've been here for 5 months and I love it. But I'm having issues with my manager. She just pisses me off and she makes my day really hard and I want to quit. That's how much conflict I'm in that I want to quit. So I said, okay, let's put the story aside. And I want you to describe her to me at the level of qualities. She said, okay. She said, my manager is impatient, stern, cold, and unaffectionate. Here comes the question. When, how, and with who are you stern, cold, impatient, and unaffectionate? It was silence, because there's always silence when I ask that question. Tears came out. It says, you hit the nail on the head. I'm that way with my daughter. I did the same thing to my daughter. When we're willing to take a new perspective to our interpersonal conflicts and see them as vehicles for personal growth, and we're willing to surrender to that process, that's key. Because we can acknowledge it, but not be willing participants in that process. If we're willing to surrender to that process, it will definitely change the world with one person at a time, starting with yourself. It will definitely change your world and those closest to you. I remember one of the first times I did this, most of you know that I was a dance instructor, right? Some of you know that. I had a career in dance since I was 19 to 34. One of my students, I couldn't stand her. And she was so annoying. As I went through this process, right? As I went through this process of meditation, as I went through this process of self-reflection, as I went through this process of journaling and learning about who I am, one day, all of a sudden, I actually enjoyed being around her. Just to tell you how much I didn't like her, I wouldn't even dance with her. She was my student, and when we would go to socials, I wouldn't even bother to dance with her. I just didn't like her. After I went through the process of looking at myself, looking in the mirror, accepting my shadow and my light, I had no problems with her. And they say you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with the most. Well, some of the people that I hang out with the most that weren't doing this process, weren't willing to be participants in this process, still couldn't stand her. And they asked her, well, how do you see her? Oh, I see her like this, like this, like this, like this. Dude, that's exactly how you are. Like, that's exactly what you do. But they weren't willing to be participants in this process. So they never really liked her. After a while, I enjoyed talking to her and dancing with her. I have one of my favorite monks. His name is Ajahn Ram. Another weird name, I'll tell it to you afterwards if you want to look it up. But he has a long story about going into a well and mounds and stuff. It's a long story. So I'll just give you the punchline, okay? He says, there's always honey in every situation. There's always honey in every situation. And it's our job to find it. The thing about that story is that usually, how does honey come packaged? Usually, honey comes in what? Usually, in a jar. What else?
In a beehive.
Yeah, in a beehive. The little teddy bear, right? Packaged. Plastic. So when we see the way that we can recognize honey easily, we're like, oh yeah, give me some of that. Like I'll take a spoonful and it's good for your health, especially local honey. What about when honey comes to your life in a rusted can full of holes with no labels? What do? Whoa, you would kick the can out on that. That's ugly. The thing about it is we're paying too much attention to the packaging, the circumstances in life by which the honey came to us, that wouldn't even look for the honey. There's honey in there. That's the purpose of it. You gotta find it. We may not like the way it's coming or who's bringing it to us. And the first thing we want to do is go, no, get away. I don't want that. He's stirring up some things within you that you just don't like. I mean, she said it, it's hard. Who wants to do hard? Right? I mean, I still see this today. I work with doctors. I help coach doctors to be more successful in their businesses. But even when I was teaching dance, I see this still today. I saw it then, I see it now. People will come to dance. Who's first time? Oh, it's my first time. Okay, great. Welcome. Glad you're here. We start teaching the basic steps, and I see people so mad and so frustrated because they can't do it. And I said, did you expect to do it today? Yeah. How? You've never done it before. This is your first time. Well, because I'm a grown-up. I should know better. Like, somehow the learning process skips grown-ups and it only applies to children. Right? It doesn't work that way. So it's like people don't want to do hard. And this process is hard. Right, Emma? It's hard. So, what I want to be able to do, I want you to give it a shot really quick. I want you to quickly, as quick as you can, think of a person or something, because it could also be a situation that you find that you're in conflict with. Someone that just, You got that person or situation? Think about what is it that they do that upsets you or bothers you. Think about what they're doing. Once you got what they do, I want you to describe it to yourself at the level of qualities. Or it could be one quality. What is the quality or qualities that that person or situation is showing you when they do that thing? And once you've got those qualities, ask yourself, how, when, and with who am I like that? How, when, and with who am I like that? It works every time. And if you don't want to do it right now, just remember the process and do it at home. Or on your way home. Write it down. Again, it's always don't look at the packaging. Find the honey. Right? The reason why that person came to bring you that experience. It's like if I'm driving down 35 and I'm coming to Circle and I know that my exit is Alamo and there's a street, there's a sign that says Alamo a quarter mile away. Am I gonna get off at the sign? No. I'm gonna get off at the exit. So this person is simply pointing at where you need to look at. That's it. They're pointing at where you need to look at. More than likely, if you know about this process, you're going to look in childhood younger than 10 years old, typically. So what I'm inviting you to do is to turn your greatest pain into your greatest asset. To find the honey, the gift, G-I-F-T. This person is a great influence for transformation in your life. Steve Jobs, in one of his interviews, said that you can only connect the dots looking back. And that's easy. We can look at our lives, and you can do this right now. You can look at the last difficult situation that you had in your life, the most painful one. And you can see oh man, this is those situations where you're like, how am I going to get through this? Right? Remember, everybody has one of those. And I know I've asked this question before here, but you can never ask it enough, because we need the reminder. I guarantee you, when you think back about that experience, as hard as it was, as challenging as it was, did it grow you or did it destroy you? Did it grow you or did it destroy you? It grew you. So if we look back at that dot, then you know how it got you to where you are today. And if you find yourself in a challenging situation right now, it's just another dot. It's going to get you to the next dot. And it will grow you if you're willing to go through the process. One way or another. It's like, you know how parents tell children, you either come on your own or you come and kick and scream. You choose. You choose. You can say, hey, you know what, I don't want to do this now. You can choose that. I don't want to do this now. But usually what happens, the next time, they turn up the volume. They turn up the intensity. And the truth is, that person that you think that, I'm not like that person. I mean, me and Elizabeth just did an assessment. We're taking a parenting course to be more positive parents. And they made us we chose to do an assessment in the class, because we didn't have to do it. But we finished and we both got our results and we're like, we're not that different. It was like a personality thing. It's just, we vary in intensity, but we're not that different. We pretty much got the same high scores in the same areas, so think about that. And I gotta tell you, my painful experiences have been, if not as important or more important, than my really, really good ones. It's because they played such an important role in my growth. Because those moments, those difficult moments, have such a transformative quality within them, that if we're willing to turn it into our greatest asset, if we're willing, the thing is, they never taught us. Was anybody taught how to do this growing up? Nobody taught us how to use the feedback that we're getting, the reflection that we're seeing, as within, so without, for our growth. I wasn't taught that. I had to learn it when I was 31. So I only had 9 years of practice. I'm a baby. So some of you may have more practice than me. But we don't know that. So my personal journey towards growth has been transformational. It's still ongoing. I'm still learning how to do this. New teachers come into my life to make me stronger, better, more authentic. And if you're willing to surrender to that process, as hard as it is, I know you're going to grow. I know that you're going to come out a transformed person on the other side. You're going to be more of who you really are. With that being said, I want to invite you to do a short meditation with me. So find a comfortable position. And whether you choose to close your eyes or leave them open, it's up to you. I want you to take a deep breath in. And let it out. Take it all the way down to your belly. Get your diaphragm engaged. Let's start off by just being really present into yourself. I invite you to really connect with your body right now. Pay attention to all your physical sensations. Scan your body from head to toe. Really connect with yourself, with how you're feeling right now. Pay attention body, the floor, the chair that you're sitting in. Notice your hands. Notice your shoulders. Continue to breathe. Slow, relaxing breath. See if you can notice if there's any tension in your body right now. Are you relaxed? Are you surrendering to this moment? And so with your next breath, I invite you to let go just a little bit more and relax just a little bit more. Be fully here with yourself. As you look within, I just want to remind you, like Olivia's song said, you are enough. You are enough. As you breathe, as you relax, as you connect with yourself. I invite you to remember and consider that the next person that comes into your life, or maybe they already are, they're your teacher. They are a subject matter expert in your darkness. If you're willing to learn from them, if you're willing to see yourself in the reflection that you see. I'm not saying it will be easy. I'm just inviting you to show up and be a willing participant in your growth. As they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And we're all part of the school of life. So we're constantly surrounded by teachers. As within, so without. Take one more drip. Take one more deep breath in. Slowly let it out. And even after we finish, maintain your awareness within yourself. Knowing that all is well and all shall be well. Trusting that everything is working out for your highest good. That you are safe.